New games, big updates, and the age-old question, where's the line between inspiration and copying your homework? Today we're diving into Final Fantasy XIV's star-reaching new patch, Diablo 4's controversial loot changes, the First Descendants' oddly familiar new character, Nightingale's ambitious city update, and more from the world of co-op and multiplayer gaming. Imagine stepping into Diablo 4 on April 29, ready to take on fresh challenges, only to realize the bosses have had a serious upgrade. They're stronger, meaner, and, well, they're not just handing out loot anymore, which is the meanest. Welcome to Season 8. This update introduces 3 new bosses. Urivar and the Harbinger of Hatred come straight from the Vessel of Hatred expansion, while Belial, yes, the Lord of Lies from Diablo 3, makes a dramatic return. He's got updated visuals, but from what we've seen, his fight still revolves around his beloved platform. And it's not just these new enemies getting attention. Every boss in the game is being reworked, making fights tougher and longer. If you're used to steamroll through them, you might have to start paying attention. Summoning materials are also no longer needed. Instead, you'll collect keys to claim rewards, which should make farming a little more straightforward. The new seasonal mechanic also evolves around the bosses. Defeating them grants special powers, 24 in total, that can be equipped as skills or used as modifiers. You can slot 1 active power and 3 passive ones, letting you experiment with different combinations. To make farming these powers more exciting, new open-world events will spawn 3 consecutive bosses back-to-back. And as always, there's new loot to chase. Each class is getting 1 new unique item and a fresh legendary aspect, along with various class and balance adjustments. But not everything in this update is being welcomed with open arms. Since Season 8 has been playable on the PTR, players have already had a taste of what's coming, especially the changes to loot. Under the new system, getting specific items from bosses will be much harder, and group farming won't be as rewarding as before. While leveling, legendary item drops will also be reduced significantly. The trade-off? Better loot quality. Magic items will always have 2 affixes and rare items will have 3. Blizzard's goal here is to reduce the flood of junk loot and make every drop feel more meaningful. As you can imagine, the community is split. Some players love the idea of fewer but more valuable drops, arguing that sorting through endless legendaries can get tedious. Others feel this change goes against the core of an ARPG. Because, let's be honest, half the fun is seeing your screen explode with loot. So, where do you stand? Do you prefer quality over quantity? Or do you enjoy the thrill of swimming in legendaries after every fight? Big news for Final Fantasy XIV fans. On March 25, Seekers of Eternity is going live. This is the second major content patch for the Dawntrail expansion, bringing a new main scenario quest. Expect plenty of political drama, the mystery of eternal life, and the consequences that come with it. But that's not all. The legendary Hildebrand is back with the next chapter of inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures. If you've played FF14, you already know these quests never miss when it comes to writing, characters, and comedy. Honestly, the original Hildebrand quests are easily in our top 3 storylines of all time. The guy is basically the game's secret MVP. Now, for all you crafters and gatherers, get ready to explore the actual cosmos. With new artisan cosmic tools, you'll be building space outposts and exploring uncharted planets. On the combat side, there's plenty of endgame content to dive into. The Underkeep is a brand new level 100 dungeon set in the ruins of Alexandria. Then, there's the Arcadian Raid and Recollection Trial, both offering tough 8-player fights. But the real standout might be the Occult Crescent Field Operation, which introduces the new Phantom jobs. Those are bringing back classic series jobs like Final Fantasy V's Geomancer and Chemist. Of course, the update also brings a ton of side quests, new crafting recipes, mounts, minions, PvP updates, and general quality of life improvements. Dawntrail got some mixed reviews at launch, mostly due to the way Wuk-Lamat's story was handled. It had pacing issues and not everyone loved the narrative. But on the bright side, the expansion introduced fresh settings, new characters, and has had solid updates since then. Patch 7.2 is shaping up to be one of the best so far. And if you've never tried FF14, don't forget there's always a free trial available that lets you experience the early game. And now onto Overwatch news. Oh wait, sorry, I got confused there for a second. I actually meant the First Descendant. My bad. So, Season 2 of the First Descendant is officially here and it's bringing a new hero. Meet Serena. Honestly, I'm getting some seriously familiar vibes. Guys, seriously, did they just copy the homework or not? Serena is a ranged DPS character and she's all about flying high with her exclusive maneuvering device, allowing her to zip around the battlefield whilst shooting down enemies and healing allies. Are we sure this isn't Overwatch? Her unique combat style offers a new gameplay experience and lets you play offensive and supportively simultaneously. But that's not all. Season 2 also delves deeper into the game's narrative, introducing new storylines, missions, and challenges. Plus, there are special events where you will help Serena with some secret missions that come with rewards and a few more nuggets of her lore. Maybe we'll even get some lore on her belly button, because seriously, how is it that defined? It looks like her dress was molded around it. That's some next level fabric physics. And if you want to freshen up her look, there's a whole new set of makeup, hairdos, and cosmetics for Serena. She's literally getting an Infinity Nikki level glow up here. Of course, there's also a free and paid battle pass again, giving you tons of new cosmetics. Also coming are new monsters, ultimate weapons, maps, a photo mode, new skins, and most importantly, the bestest boy. Seriously, we still don't know what role this dog plays among all the shooting and looting, but whatever it is, we are sure he's doing an amazing job, and we are surely cheering for him. Let's be real, Nightingale hasn't had the smoothest ride since launch. This open-world survival game had a lot of people excited with its unique gas lamp fantasy aesthetic and the promise of multiplayer adventures across time and space. But after hitting early access about a year ago, things took a somewhat rough turn. Player numbers dropped fast, from around 22,000 down to just a few hundred. The main culprits, a lack of tutorials, frustrating technical and graphical issues, and not enough guidance to ease players into the world. But now, March 11 marks a major turning point with the Nightingale City update. The city is under siege, and it's up to you to take it back from the Fae and the Automaton Queen. You will battle through different city zones, leaping across rooftops, sneaking through sewers, and fighting wave after wave of enemies in the street. Expect a mix of combat and parkour. Beyond the action, the update brings some much-needed improvements to building and crafting. You'll finally have better rotation and placement options, because, let's be honest, base building was pretty rough before. Plus, there are new Western-themed furniture sets, stylish outfits, powerful gear, and fabled charms to boost your weapons and abilities. So, what do you think? Does this update make Nightingale worth a second look? If you're jumping back in, let us know how it feels. Coffee Stain Studios is at it again with their sneaky hints. They just dropped a 1-minute teaser called Postcards from 1.1, showing off some potential new content. We're talking hypertube junctions, cable bridges, photo filters, new mergers, and player elevators. And knowing the Satisfactory community, someone has probably already spotted 100 other tiny details. Big news for Teardown fans! Co-op multiplayer is finally happening. No exact date yet, but the teaser confirms it will support at least 4 players. So, get ready for absolute chaos in a fully destructible voxel-based world later this year. PUBG is celebrating its 8th anniversary with festive decorations across the maps, golden care packages, special energy drinks, and a Bobblebot statue that displays your player tag if you hit it with a golden grenade. Plus, new cosmetics are hitting the store because who doesn't love fresh skins? Tennos, it's time to celebrate. Warframe is turning 12. That means in-game challenges, free rewards like the Dex Lorus Ephemera, anniversary glyphs, skins, weapons, and even booster weekends to rack up extra credits and affinity. The OG bullet hell roguelike Vampire Survivors is getting a mystery update next month. The only confirmed features so far: a charging chicken. Yep. Also, cross-save is finally coming across all platforms, except Switch, which will follow later. And if you missed it, you can already play in 4-player local co-op or online via Steam Remote Play. Tokyo Ghoul's Ken Kaneki is about to shake things up in Dead by Daylight. His superhuman abilities make him extra mobile, plus he's got 3 unique perks focused on gap closing, damaging survivors and hooking. Get ready for some intense chases! Co-op chaos continues in Unrail 2. The spring update brings a new time mode, improved versus mode, high scoreboards and bug fixes. Plus, there are 2 fun crossovers. Characters from Cat Quest 2 and Chia are joining the roster, along with a special Easter-themed character named Rory. But that's all for this week. We hope you enjoyed this episode and we'll see you again in the next one.